The action begins. Length ball right into the stumps. Got the inside half of the bat on it. That was enough to send the ball beyond the boundary rope. Great start to the inning for Dr. Reddy. Chaitanya scoring 4 of his first ball. Defended that one back to the bowler. Respecting good bowling there. Always a good sign to see. Dell Technologies playing their first game of this tournament. Dr. Reddy's playing their second, having won their first match. Outside half of the bat, wide of the fielder there at first flip. The ball going through towards the fielder at third man. They run through for a single. Good shot towards point. They run through for a single again. The fielder there just fumbling a little bit. Oh, beautiful bowling. Just getting the ball to leave the batter there outside the off stump. Little bit too late on that. Chaitanya batting on 5 of 4. This time, rock back. Got some bat on that. Not enough timing. They're running through for the second. Wonderful running this between the two batters. Great aggression, positive running. It brings them to the end of the first over. 8 runs. What a ball that is. Credit to the wicketkeeper. He managed to get his glove on that. That's just slipped out of his hand. No ball called by the umpire. Free hit signaled. Very, very lucky there that the keeper did manage to get across. And what a shot that is off the free hit. Beautifully played over covers. Boundary to start proceedings. Beaten him outside the off stump this time. This is great bowling. Good comeback after the free hit. Previous ball that went for 4. Full toss. Played towards the fielder at point. No run conceded. The batsman checking with the umpire if that was a no ball. The umpire said no. Quick check for no ball. Full toss. Yes, I think that is over the waist.
जल्दी ना मानो.
जब आया उसके पास वेस्ट के ऊपर ही है ना और फास्ट बॉलर है. स्लो बॉलर रहा तो लाइट लगे. That's a no ball. The ball was full, traveling at pace, just over the waist height. The bowler needs to get some control back. So with the second full toss, or the second no ball bowled that over, the change in bowling coming up. What has happened there? Harakiri on the ground. Free hit. The batsman hit that straight to the fielder who took a catch, but obviously was not out because of the free hit. But the non-striker chose to run through. The fielder was quick enough to throw that ball back to the bowler's end. The batsman dismissed of a free hit. Absolute comedy of errors this. Hit the stumps on the bounce. A direct hit from the fielder. Really, really good fielding effort, but a really disappointing end for the batter. They lose their first wicket at the score of 15. And 𝗙𝗪𝗏 dismissed. 6 runs for 5 balls. That was absolutely unnecessary. Full toss again, played it in the gap between the cover and the long off fielder. They run through for a single. Brilliant pictures brought to you courtesy Team MVL. If you enjoy the telecast, if you enjoy the commentary, please make sure to leave a review on Crick Heroes. Inside edge again, towards the fielder at short fine leg, and they run through for a single. This is good, entertaining cricket from both sides. It's good to see the intent early on in the innings. Just guided the ball in the gap between mid-wicket and mid-on for a single. Ball bouncing weirdly off the surface. Packed up well. That's picked up by the fielder at mid-off. Poor stroke there from the batter. He's too aggressive early on in his innings. Tried to hit it off a length, but the ball got too big on him. Lobbed up in the air. Hung in there for a while, and then the fielder at mid-off completed a simple catch. So 2 wickets down early on in the innings. Fantastic outcome for Dell Technologies. DR.REDDYS are a little bit under the hammer now. 𝗀𝗵, the new batter, who comes out to join the non-striker. Jersey number 7. Outside half of the bat. That beat almost everybody. The fielder at third man runs around, does terrifically well to stop that ball from going through. Great fielding this from Dell Technologies. Good cricket all round. Off the back foot, played it towards the cover point region. They run through for a single. Outside the off stump, the umpire stretches his arms, calls it a wide. Played and missed outside the off stump. Sridhar bowled well. It's 10 balls so far. Just 12 runs conceded, and he's picked up a wicket this over. Once again, played and missed outside the off stump. So it's lovely bowling from Sridhar. 22 for 2. And Nelson is on the board. Played towards the cover region. And a dot ball to end the over. 3 overs, 22 for 2. It's been a really good start to the match. Both teams throwing down their punches. Dell Technologies definitely have the upper hand for the minute, having picked up 2 wickets. Remember that unfortunate run out that got things going for DR.REDDYS. Sydney now comes into bowl, and what phenomenal stats Sydney has. 640 wickets. This is the most that I've ever seen on Cricket Heroes. 640 wickets in 480 matches. Wow. Sydney, you seem like somebody who's worth your weight in gold. 9 wickets in the last 5 innings. Let's see what you have to offer us today, Sydney. Sydney will be bowling to Shubham Kishore, who's batting on 3 of 2. Right arm over the wicket, running in from the media box end. Bangs in it to the pitch. An appeal for caught behind. Good pace there from Sydney. Great to see that. Banged it into the pitch at pace, got the ball to Rice. Ball was through the batsman before he could get his bat down in time. Once again, you can see there, the batsman completely rushed. Maybe if he can just alter his length a little bit, Sydney, he can cause some damage here. A little too short the first couple of deliveries that he's bowled. You just get the batsman to play on the front foot. He'll get into the wickets business immediately. Once again, a slightly short ball. Late on that. Sydney is bowling brilliantly at pace. Needs to get his length in the right place. Again, short and wide. This time, too far away from the batter. The umpire raises his arms, calls it a wide. 25 for 2, 3.3 overs bowled. Sydney's coming in and banging the pitch hard. He's letting it go at pace. There you go. That's the length that he needs to be bowling. 684 wickets. Wow. It's tough to imagine that. Picking up those many wickets at any level of the game requires you to be at least consistent, if not anything else. It's great to see Sydney coming in, running in, bowling hard, bowling at pace. Number 79. Shot again, played it towards the fielder at square leg, who parries that ball and gives them enough time to run through for a single. Change in field, things getting more aggressive now. A slip, almost a second slip in position, a gully, third man, point, deep cover, mid-off, short fine leg, square leg, mid-on. These are the fielders on display. An aggressive field outside the off stump. And plays it beautifully in the gap. The fielder had just moved fine from that position. Got his bat down in just the right time. That's a brilliant stroke from Rohan. 4 terrific runs to end the over. Sydney go for 8 of his first. Four overs bowled, 30 runs scored, 7.5 the current run rate. 2 wickets lost as well. I still think 𝗙𝗵𝗃𝗃's are a little bit under the hammer at the moment. Dell will be the happier of the two sides, having picked up those 2 early wickets. But if 𝗙𝗵𝗃𝗃's can put up a partnership that goes on for the next 3 or 4 overs, then Dell will definitely feel the heat. Fielder moves back towards long off. Right arm over the wicket. Well bowled, straight into the stumps. Played it towards mid-on and they ran through for a single. That is good cricket again from both teams. Sridhar bowling his 3rd over on the trot. 2.1 overs bowled, 13 runs conceded. Picked up a wicket already. (31 for 2), 4.1 overs bowled. Sridhar going back to his mark, thinking about what his next ball is going to be. Rohan taking strike, 6 for 6. The delectable boundary, last ball of the previous over. Field again, very aggressive, gully and short third man. And he plays it straight back past the bowler. What a good shot that is in the air. The fielder runs around the ball. He should have stopped that. The fielder at long off makes a mail. That was a good shot for 2 runs, but the fielder just not able to get down in time. Concedes the boundary. Praneeth looks like the guy there. So Dell are now leaking runs and 𝗙𝗵𝗃𝗃's are back in the game. 35 for 2 now. They can just sustain this run rate. They can keep up the tempo. 𝗙𝗵𝗃𝗃's are on their way. Beautifully bowled. Right into the block hole. The batsman had to run back as the ball was almost creeping through in the gap between his bat and pad, going towards the stumps. Take a quick look at the replay. Right there, bat, pad, ball bouncing through, and it hit the stumps. The ball hit the stump on that last ball. The bail did not get dislodged. Lucky you. 𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃 must be thanking his lucky stars. Got away with that one. And Sridhar must be wondering who had glued the bails together there. That ball had almost thudded into the stumps, but the bails chose to stay in place. And Sridhar only laughed away. You can see there the ball going in, hitting the stump and then getting deflected. Very clearly the ball had rolled on to the off stump. Funny game cricket is. There you go, some great pictures. You can see the bail moving slightly, but not enough to get dislodged. Short ball down the leg side. The keeper managed to get some glove on that, not stop it completely, and concedes a bonus run. Shubham batting on 8, 6 of 7. Rohan batting on 11 of 9. Short ball on a length outside the off stump. Defended it back to the bowler at mid-off. Last ball of the 5th over coming up. Full toss. Beautifully bowled, slow won that. Lucky the batsman. Unfortunately for Sridhar, almost could have had 2 wickets picked that over. Just not his day so far. Praneeth now comes into the attack. 71 wickets of his 70 games. Length ball outside the off stump, flare it towards the fielder at cover. They run through for a single. Played that towards the fielder at mid-off. They run through for a single. Shot outside the off stump, flared away by the batter. But the fielder at the deep point boundary does really well to keep that down to a single. This time he's played it in the air over the fielder at mid-wicket. The ball runs through to the boundary rope. What a good shot that is. And this time, just being ultra aggressive, he's hit it in the air. The fielder takes a straightforward catch. It's the bowler rather. Oh my God, that's a sitter. Can't believe that that was dropped. The fielder at cover point makes a meal of a straightforward catching opportunity and gives an early life to the new batter. At the off stump, fled that towards the mid-off boundary. They run through for a second run and finish it successfully. Shubham batting on 9 of 10, Somu on 3 of 2. Prasad bowling his first over, generating a wicket-taking opportunity early on. This time played it towards the fine leg boundary. The fielder from square leg runs around. Cannot stop them from taking the second run. This is brilliant, aggressive running from DR.REDDYS. This time just defended it, back to the bowler, and they run through for a single. Slow ball towards the leg stump, hits it on the full. The fielder can't catch that. The ball went over the boundary rope. What a good shot that is. There you go, just on the bounce. The fielder got too close to the ball in the end, could not get his arms in the right place, conceding a boundary. Bowls the faster one this time, plays it towards the cover point fielder, who runs across and keeps it down to a single. Off the back foot, played it straight back towards the fielder at long off, and they run through for a single. Short ball on his legs, pivoted along the ball and hit it beautifully. Empty regions at fine leg. Nobody was going to stop that. What a good shot that was from the batter, taking full toll of a poor delivery and getting the maximum reward for it. Played this time towards the fielder at cover point. And once again, aggressive running from the batters, not giving the fielders any chance. An appeal there from the keeper. Hit it past back the bowler. Run through for a single towards long on. Interesting to see the umpire's decision on that. Yeah, he calls it a wide. Flighted a long way outside the off stump, but a little bit too far away from the batter. Was a run out opportunity. The bowler just could not pick the ball up. Only himself to blame. Another one goes down. A fantastic result this for Dell Technologies. They've come in, they've bowled well, they've held on to their catches. And as a result, they find themselves way on top in this game now. 4 wickets down now, DR.REDDYS. Just 8 overs into the game, 8.2 overs to be precise. 65 for 4. 2 wides that over where Prasad comes back and picks up a wicket. A nice, comfortable top edge catch to the wicketkeeper that ends the day for Somu. So Somu has been caught behind by Shaukat. And Prasad has his first wicket to celebrate. Just passed back the fielder at mid-wicket. Ball once through for a single. Lot of respect being shown to Prasad now. I think DR.REDDYS have realized that they need to consolidate, they need to preserve their wickets now. Playing him sensibly, getting themselves to the end of that over. The score remains 66, a current run rate of just about 7.3 runs an over. This match following a very similar template to the last match that we saw between 𝘬𝗎 and NMDC. NMDC were in a very similar situation at this point in their innings. They had scored 73 of their first 10 overs to the loss of 5 wickets. I think DR.REDDYS are pretty close, 66 for 4 at the end of their 9 overs. Devesh Avasthi has just walked out, is on 1 of 3. Shubham Kishore, who's batting on the non-strikers end, 18 of 16. Hemant Kumar will be continuing from the media end. There you go, an ugly swipe. The fielder at point juggles that 1, 2, 3, 4 times and in the end manages to hold on. What an ugly looking stroke that was from Devesh Avasthi. The ball was a long way outside the off stump. He tried to sweep that over square leg mid wicket. Just managed to get an outside top edge. The ball floated in the air for an eternity. Came down. The fielder made quite a meal of that catch, but in the end managed to hold on. Put on quite a show to entertain everybody here. What matters at the end of the day is he managed to hold on. So Dell picking up their 5th wicket. DR.REDDYS in a real spot of bother now. 9.1 overs for their 66 runs. Wide called by the umpire, wide after a long time. Some respite to the batting team. Left-hander comes in to face, and that invariably creates some disturbance to the bowlers. Oh, I think he got some bad on that. It was an appeal for a caught behind, but the keeper could not hold on. Let's take a closer look at that one. Maybe from behind the wicket will give us a good picture. Yes, I think he did get some bad on that. You can see that deflection once the ball went past the batter. Also, no complaint from the batter when the umpire did not give that a wide. Appeal for leg before that time, but definitely going down the leg. Yeah, you could see that. May also have been a stumping opportunity if the keeper had managed to hold on somehow. Quick, sharp one there for the wicketkeeper. He could not hold on. Never easy. Maybe one of the most toughest skills in cricket, standing up to the stumps against fast bowling. Slays it over the offside. The fielder at cover point runs in, keeps that down to a single. Dell Technologies, a really strong bowling lineup at their disposal. You can see the bowlers are coming in, running in hard, hitting the deck, bowling to their fields, which is, I think, the most important piece. Wide down the leg side again, an appeal for stumping. The keeper looks confident, the umpire says no. Wonderful wicket keeping this. Was travelling at pace, going down the leg quickly. Keeper was swift enough to collect that ball, bring it back to the stumps. The umpire says, not out. Full toss this time on the leg stump. The fielder settling under it and takes a good, comfortable catch at the boundary rope. A bad ball that time, gets him a wicket. Not sure if the umpire wants to refer that. I don't think so. I think the umpire is comfortable to give that out on field. It's just one of those days when things don't go your way. They absolutely don't. Good catch on that boundary rope. Comfortably taken. Kept his composure. Now DR.REDDYS are in a real spot of bother. 6 wickets down. 1 ball still left to go in the 10th over. है ना पैर पे मिनट It's been great work from Dell so far in the field. They've held on to their chances. Except for one drop catch, I think that was at point earlier on in the innings. everything else they've caught. They fielded really well, kept things tight throughout the day. Short ball again outside the off stump. The batsman checking with the umpire if that was wide. The umpire says no. So the end of 10 overs. 70 for 6, DR.REDDYS. Action about to begin. Starts off with a short ball outside the off stump that's cut past the fielder at point. The ball running its way to the boundary rope. What a good shot, what a good start to the innings. We saw in the first game as well that this is the end from which the runs seem to flow. But they are now 6 wickets down. DR.REDDYS. Shubham batting on 23 of 18. Just needs some support at the other end. The sun peeking out of the clouds, just making things a little bit brighter on the field. Once again, shot outside the off stump, an appeal for caught behind. Nothing from the keeper though. Very well kept by the wicketkeeper, standing up to the stumps. Never easy. I love to see the hurry from the fielders, the bowler, running his way back to his run-up. It's always exciting when you do that. Because everybody wants things to move on quickly. And the earlier you finish, the earlier you get to bat, the better light you have. I'm sure that's a consideration for Dell Technologies. Change in field, wicketkeeper asking fine leg to move towards short third man. Asking a short third man fielder to move towards point. So strengthening the offside field. That obviously creates a huge gap on the leg side. There's nobody from square leg all the way until short third man. So huge gap, almost 120-degree gap for the batsman to pick. Batsman wanted to, I think, exploit that. Moved across his stumps. The bowler kept things tight, bowling it outside the off stump, forcing him to play it down the wicket. No runs conceded. So great comeback from the bowler. 4 of the first ball, followed by 3 dots. Applauded by the wicketkeeper as well. It's great to see. Short ball this time, tried to hit it hard, but only manages to pick the fielder at mid-wicket once again. This good tight bowling, bowling to his field, keeping things tight. The first ball as well, the boundary that was conceded, there was a slightly lethargic effort from the fielder at point. Otherwise, he could have had 5 dot balls this over. Oh, that was an opportunity. The keeper not able to collect the ball there. I think that was tight. It was touch and go maybe. Take another look at that replay. The end of the over, so that gives us an opportunity to take a look. There you go. No, the batsman was just about in. So much ado about nothing. The end of the 11th over, the score moves to 75 for 6. Clearing the gap between mid-wicket. They run through for 2 runs. This is good aggressive running from DR.REDDYS. They need a lot more of these. 𝗰𝗺𝗃𝗃 the bowler, 227 wickets he's picked. What phenomenal stats we are seeing here for all of our players today. Lot of experience on offer. 11 overs bowled, 11.1, 77 runs scored. 𝗰𝗺𝗃𝗃 bowling to Shubham Kishore. And he's bowled him. What a good piece of bowling that was. Kept things tight on a length, just around about the off-stump area. I think he got an inside edge on it, and the ball ricocheting back onto the off-stump. So Shubham Kishore's innings comes to an end. The lone warrior for DR.REDDYS, who batted out there for 25 balls, is now dismissed and sent packing. All right, I have Pradeep with me.
Hi.
Pradeep, not a great day today in the batting for your team. Talk me through what was happening with your run-out dismissal there.
Yeah, I think so. The start was good, because the pitch was being very well. There was quite very well bounce. This was coming on the bat, so I was quite excited because the last match I had 50, so I was in good form actually. So back-to-back 50s I had in the last 2 weeks. But the thing is, so I knew it was new ball, but the way he hit the ball and he got caught out. So to my mind, it did not come that it's free hit, and I had to go back. So I was just standing there, and so it just happened.
Right.
It's unfortunate because it's completely like my mistake. I didn't go
Right.
back.
Right.
So it is not in mind. So it
Right.
just happened. It's quite very bad to bad for me and bad day because I was connecting well. I think the whatever team is doing right now, I think with bad shots and like a kind of like run out we had.
Right.
So its pitch is good. It's a very high scoring pitch. I have seen here people scoring more than 200.
Right.
It's a very good batting pitch.
Right.
So whatever the day is today, we have as a DR.REDDYS as a team. I think next time we need to make sure to use the pitch accordingly. It's behaving,
Right.
not to play bad shots.
Yeah, I was here. I saw your last match. You had played against NMDC. I think your team did well in that game, and I think you had a comprehensive victory that time round. But today things just not clicking. Right now the score is around 80. Any discussion in the dressing room? What do you want to take it to?
Yeah, I think a couple of overs we have batting till 11. So a lot of people bat. I think if we make more than 140, 150, and we have really good bowlers actually. So we have like a balance of batsman bowler. So 150 would be a good at least to defense. We have done this before, and hoping for the best. Like we can at least score 140, 150 on this.
So what's your advice, Pradeep, for the batters who are batting out there right now? Because both of them are fairly new to the crease. The settled batsmen just got out. So both of these new batters, did you have a word with them before they went out to bat?
Yeah, so we have advised them to play full 20 overs. In that case, the captain, as Chaitanya said, please play accordingly your game. Just don't pressurize. Keep rotating the strike. Whenever there is a bad ball, just hit it and get your 20 overs done. So you have at least 130, 140 on the board. And then we can see about how we defend with our current bowlers, and they are actually in form. Like last match, if you see a couple of bowlers, they bowled well.
Right.
So I think 130, 140 would be good if they play all 20 overs.
You were able to restrict NMDC to 140, I think.
Yeah. So we have done this before in a lot of matches. The people have a lot of experience. They play in different teams, and also as a DR.REDDYS, we have been playing a lot of corporate matches, and there are events where we have defended 120, 130 runs. So
Awesome.
hoping for that our bowlers will do great.
So
job.
your spirits are still up. you're still being optimistic about this. So I'm hoping that you have a good game for the rest
Yeah,
of the day today.
it's a cricket. You know, it's always about how if it's not in batting, you should not give the game there, right?
Right.
Give up as because you still have a bowling option,
Right.
and you know it's cricket. Cricket is a game of
Two halves.
uncertainties, right?
Right.
So I think having more than 110, 120, if we start with good, couple of wickets in the power play, and there's a chance for us to get this match. So we are
Put some
hoping for
pressure
that.
on them and maybe
Yeah.
get back into the game.
Exactly. So that's what we're hoping for. And so it's being relaxed, you know, just be on the field, give 100%. If it's not in batting, give in the fielding or bowling. That's always spirit we keep as a team, as a Dr. Reddy's.
Awesome. That's great to hear. A word quickly on the organizing of this event. How about the outfield that you're seeing, the camera work that you're seeing? You're happy with how things are going in this
Yeah,
tournament?
so it's been like almost I'm playing here in Hyderabad last 4 years, and MVL is always my favorite. You know, I have seen like you had 𝗙𝗵𝗆𝗆𝗆 also, like this
Right.
spot on the pads you see there, and like 4 cameras. The ground is beautiful, you know. So MVL is always for us. We wanted to play, so
Right.
that's what we got registered it as a in corporate tournament. We have played MVL also, non-corporate tournament
Okay, a
also.
mixed
So
tournament.
yeah, a lot of people have played, even including me. The ground in 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃,
Right.
and now this is new ground. So ground is beautiful, pitch is amazing. The organizing, the commentary, the
Thank you.
scoring, the cameras. I think it feels like you are playing like international match, and the quality of the videos is fine. So I would give out of 10 is like 10. And you
Awesome.
guys are I'm seeing in last 4 years, day by day you guys are improving a lot.
All right.
That's the thing, motivates other organizers in Hyderabad to give the best with the prize that you are providing. So it's quite good. I think it's the first corporate tournament I'm seeing in Hyderabad, which have all things like review, no
Right.
balls. So it's going good. We are happy with that.
Awesome. That's great to hear, Pradeep. I wish you the best of luck for the
Sure.
second half of the game. I hope
Yeah.
you do well and enjoy the rest of the
Sure.
tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you. 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 for 7, 13 overs now in the game. DR.REDDYS struggling a little bit, but as we heard from Pradeep there, they're still being optimistic. They're still hoping to get 130, 140 on the board and then come back and create pressure with the ball in hand. Whether they are able to do that or not is a matter for time to tell. You can see the pressure of those wickets now. The batsman choosing to be circumspect. There was a definite opportunity for 2 there. But when you don't have wickets left in the kitty, you're forced to play a little bit defensively. Mukul batting on 7 of 8. Will take strike against 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗃, who's picked up a wicket already. Hit that towards the mid-wicket fielder. Once again, an opportunity for 2. But they decide against it. But now they will run through on an overthrow. Now, slightly lazy from 𝗬𝗃𝗃 there. Should have been able to stop that. Also, no backing up from the fielder at cover. So 2 runs added to the score. 90 for 7. Played that towards the fielder at long off and they run through for a single. Just need to play some smart cricket now. Try and get a runner ball that they're able to push themselves around that 135 score. Defended. Well in control. The end of the over, the score remains 91. 91 for 7 at the end of 14. Starts off with the ball in the block hole. It's played back to the bowler. No runs added to the score. Inside edge that time. Tried to play that towards square leg. Maybe DR.REDDYS can look at being a little more aggressive with their running between the wickets. Especially try and pick on fielders that you think are slightly slower. Beautifully hit down the ground. Fielder at long on comes around, keeps it down to a single. But this is good, smart batting. They're not taking any unwanted risks. Mukul batting on 11 of 13. Rajshekhar on 4 of 7. A full ball outside the off stump. Keeper does really well to stop that. Those are the most difficult takes as a wicket keeper. The ball comes to you on the full, especially when you're standing up to the stumps. Beaten him, all ends up. Brilliant bowling this from Praneeth. Picked up 1 wicket already. He's conceded 9 runs of his 11 balls so far. Short ball, side the off stump. A slight appeal. The umpire says no. The end of the over. 2 overs bowled by Praneeth just for his 9 runs. 15 overs bowled in the innings so far. 93 for 7 the score. Wicket keeper moving around his resources. Think he wants to give some backup to this bowler on the leg side, so switches his short third man towards short fine leg and asks his third man to move squarer, almost towards the gully region. So gully a point, a deep cover point, cover, long off, long on, mid wicket, square leg and short fine leg. That's the field on display. Good start to the over. Fielder at point, not stopping that cleanly, and they run through for a single. Mukul taking strike, 11 or 16. Slow one, flighted in the air, played off the back foot towards the fielder at cover, they run through for a single. This time he's hit it in the air, on the bounce towards the fielder at long on, does the fielding, keeps it down to a single again. That is a very good stroke, but unfortunately for the batter, did not get enough bat on it. Wonderfully fielded there. Just got a foot down in time to stop that. If he had missed that, that was a definite boundary. So good cricket all round. Maybe just a bad ball, but the batter playing a good shot and the fielder at short fine leg doing really well to stop that. Another short one. This time hit it towards the cover fielder. Once again manages to get down and stop that. Keeps it down to a single again. Dell Technologies are making things really difficult for DR.REDDYS today. Flighted outside the off stump, drilled it past the bowler towards long on. Another single added to the score. The end of the 16th over, the score moves on to 99 for 7. The start of a new over, the bowler has drifted down the pads. The umpire calls it leg byes. Nothing that the keeper could have done about that. That brings up the 100 for DR.REDDYS. Fortuitous boundary that. Shubham and Pradeep watching the proceedings from near the fine leg boundary, just outside the media box. 103 for 7, 97 balls bowled. That's a good shot, but almost a catching opportunity there for the fielder at short third man. Did not time his jump correctly. If he did, I'm sorry to say that would have been 8 down. Just got away with that one. Mukul really lucky. This time he flayed that towards the offside boundary. The fielder ran around the ball there. The ball pitched and turned away from him. A much needed boundary that for DR.REDDYS, taking the score to 108. Rajashekar Reddy getting into the act. Brings up his first boundary with that stroke over the cover region. What a good looking stroke that is towards the mid-wicket fielder. Just a single added to the score, but one very beautiful run. Once again, outside half of the bat. That ball is running away from the fielder at the cover point region and beats him to the boundary rope. Very good over this for DR.REDDYS, getting some momentum into their innings finally. 3 boundaries so far in the over. 14 runs conceded. The last ball of the over coming up. Mukul batting on 23 of 22. Rajashekar batting on 12 of 12. Played that towards the cover fielder. They decide not to run. A dot ball to end the over. Sydney coming into the bowling attack. Starts off with the dot ball. Sydney coming back into the attack. Short ball again. Over the batsman's head. Or rather right around his head. Chin music there. Sydney seems to be that kind of a bowler. Likes to come in and hit the surface hard. Really interesting to watch him bowl. Because he comes in and lets it go at pace. An out and out fast bowler, Sydney. 2 dot balls to start off the 18th over of the innings. Once again, short, picked off his legs and beautifully hit. In full control of that stroke. Once again, a very strong boundary that for DR.REDDYS, taking their score to 117 now. 15 balls left in this innings. If they can manage to get 25 or 30 runs of those 15 balls, they will be very close to the 150 mark. Short ball again, hit again towards the fielder at mid-wicket, who parries it. Just a single added to the score. May have been a run-out opportunity if he had collected it cleanly. But may have, would have, should have, doesn't matter. Matters what transpired in the end. And that was a single that was conceded. Sydney coming in. 4 balls bowled this over. Once again, short ball rising over his shoulders. Lovely aggressive bowling from Sydney. Batsman just needs to get some bat on that, because at the pace at which the ball is travelling, he'll definitely go towards the boundary rope. He just needs to get some bat under it. Last ball of the over coming up now. Advances, plays all around it, no connection. The end of the over, the score remains 118 for 7. The 5 runs in that over in spite of that boundary that was conceded. A good comeback for the bowling team. Umpires quickly swap ends. The last 2 overs of the innings coming up. Looks like it's going to be Praneeth to bowl out his quota. Gone for 19 of his 3 overs. Picked up 1 wicket. Short ball. Just got enough bat on that for a single. Advances down the pitch, hits it towards the fielder at mid-wicket. They run through for another single. It's just singles for DR.REDDYS at the moment. They will want to get a couple of big hits out. They need to hit the boundary rope at least 2 to 3 times in the next 10 balls. Short ball again, this time cuts it straight into the fielder's hands. The fielder at gully snaffles that. Good sharp catch. And Praneeth picks up his 2nd wicket. Rajshekhar is dismissed for 18 of 18. A good knock, all things considered. Remember when he went out to bat, the team was really struggling at around 80 for the loss of 7 wickets. He's managed to bring them to a score of respectability. 120 now on the board for DR.REDDYS. Somehow need to get another couple of boundaries here. 9 balls left to go in this innings. It's tricky. It's a really, really tricky period. Especially when you're a lower order batter. You're not known for your batting abilities. But the team expects so much of you in situations like this. You're suddenly expected to do so much better. Length ball, played it straight back past the bowler for a single down towards long off. It's great to see the commitment from Dell Technologies. The wicket-keeper has been running almost every ball. You can see him trying to back up that throw from the deep. Mukul now on strike. Short ball towards the fielder at cover. And now there's an overthrow opportunity, but the batsman had ran too far in. Last ball of the over coming up. 121 for 8 the score. Mukul batting on 20 of 27. Weber batting on 1 of 1. And he's hit the top of the bail. The ball has gone over the boundary rope, but that doesn't matter. A brilliant piece of bowling this. So Praneeth has come in. He's had his say. He's picked up 2 wickets in his last over. Kept things really tight. Conceded just 3 runs. Picked up 2 wickets. And that brings to the crease the last hope for DR.REDDYS. 121 for 9. That was a poor choice of stroke from Mukul at that moment, because he really needed to get a single to stay on strike for the next over. Instead, he went big. In the process, lost his wicket. Starts off with a big hit towards mid-wicket. At the fielder will just watch it sail over his head. 6 runs. Sydney has been taken to the cleaners with that one. We've not had a very good day so far today, Sydney. No wickets to show so far. And he's gone for 6 of his first ball in the last over. An appeal for leg before the umpire raises his finger. But that's game set. Innings end. 127 for 10. 19.2 overs. They failed to play out their allocated 120 deliveries. Dismissed for 127. And when Dell Technologies come out to bat later today, they'll just need 128 to wrap proceedings. About 6.4 runs in over to win this game. Whether or not Dell manages to do that, we'll find out in a little while. Right now, we'll break for about 5 minutes as the roller comes out. The pitch is rolled for the final time in the day. Fires walk out. So do the happy fielders from Dell Technologies. 127 on the board. So far, what we've seen in the day, doesn't seem like that's going to be enough. But funny things have happened in the game of cricket in the past. Will this be one of those days? If it is, then it'll be a very interesting match. Stay tuned with us to find out what happens. We'll join you in the next 5 minutes.
I ain't really with relaxing. On 20 in the pack, talking Jackson. Been cooking in the kitchen since back when. Think a while now, since back then. Back then, I was bringing stacks in. Bringing racks in, blowing like the packs in. Thought that action, I ain't with the cap
What a good ball to get the action going. Just 127 on the board. Rajat comes into the attack. Starts off with a full ball on the stumps. Almost managed to sneak through between bat and pad, but the batsman, you have to give him credit. 𝘃𝗏𝗏 got his bat down in time, drove it towards mid-on and ran through for a single. Good battle between bat and ball early on in this innings. Let's see what do we have in store here. The field on display is going to be a deep cover, a deep third man. He's going slightly aggressive with a short mid-wicket, a slip, point, cover, mid-off, mid-on, 𝗀𝗏𝗏. That's finish of view 11. Oh, what a good ball that is. Wonderful piece of bowling. A good shout. The umpire says leg byes. I was not out because that was a little bit too high. Hit him almost on the top of the thigh pad. What a good day of cricket we've had so far today. That brings 𝘃𝗏𝗏 back on strike. Left-hander, always look more elegant. I don't know why that's the case. If you think about it, it's just a mirror image to a right-hander batting. But just something about left-handers, they just make it look so elegant and so classy. Let's hope that 𝘃𝗏𝗏 has a hit for Dell. Once again, right in the block hole, keeping things tight, not giving him anything to work with. Rajat pointing towards the square leg area. Maybe he wanted to turn his bat and hit it there. I would advise him against that. 000 on his jersey. Rajat steaming in from the media box end. Once again, beautifully bowled on a length. No opportunity there for a run out. That ball travelled just at the right pace for the batsman to be able to run through without risking themselves at all. DR.REDDYS need to pick up a couple of early wickets if they want to have a say in this game. Played towards covers. The fielder can't collect it and they run through for another single. It's good aggressive running between the wickets. The last ball of the first over coming up. No, rather looks like there are 2 balls to go this over. 3-run score of 4. Short, wide, enough time for the batter to place it beautifully in the gap between point and gully. The easiest of shots, the most pleasant of shots as well to watch. So that is the end of the over. Not sure what's happening there. The umpire has handed over his cap, but it looks like there's just 1 ball short. 𝗬𝗏𝗏, next bowler coming in, picked up 88 wickets in his 86 games. Picked up 1 wicket in his last game, 𝗬𝗏𝗏. Rajat had also picked up 1 wicket. He's gone for 7 runs today in his first over for no runs, for no wickets rather. Tear and miss outside the off stump. Nice, tall, lanky looking bowler 𝗬𝗏𝗏. Comes in, hits the deck hard. Always gets the ball to lift and carry. A dot ball to start proceeding for 𝗬𝗏𝗏. Once again, getting it to go. hitting the deck, bending his back, a little too close to cut. Non-striker walking up to the striker, giving him some words of advice. Well bowled again, but this time the batters choose to run through for a single. Just nudged it towards the fielder at gully and point. Left hand, right hand combination always makes it difficult for the bowling team to stay switched on throughout, to keep making changes to your positions. The field for the left-hander looks like it's going to be a deep fine leg, square leg, mid-wicket, mid-on, mid-off, covers, point, short third man and gully. DR.REDDYS is choosing to be very aggressive, just one fielder outside the 30-yard circle looks like. That's at fine leg. I'm not sure if the third man is standing outside or within the circle. That was a top edge onto the thigh pad. Unfortunately for DR.REDDYS, that did not go to hand. 2 runs added to the score. 2 fortuitous runs for 𝘃𝗏𝗏. And down the leg side, well kept by the wicketkeeper. Sprawling effort to stop that from going through. But a single added to the score nevertheless. Can hear the encouragement coming in for 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗏. I feel that he's hit a good length. It's the line that he needs to fix. There you go. Just hit it with all his might over the mid-wicket fielder. The ball races along the boundary. What a good shot that is to end the second over. Score moves on to 16 for none. So 𝘃𝗏𝗏 now into double figures, 12 runs off his 7 balls. He's playing nice and aggressive. At the end of the first 2 overs, the score moves on to 16 for the loss of no wickets. Play and a miss outside the off stump. Rajat is coming back to bowl his second over. They need to find a way to keep 𝘃𝗏𝗏 off strike. That way you can create some pressure on him when he comes back to face. Jude Solomon opening the batting with 𝘃𝗏𝗏. He's batting on 3 of 6. It's not looked all that convincing so far. Just as I say that, a short ball, a top edge. Fortunately for him, lands in no man's land. A little bit too far away from the wicketkeeper. 𝘃𝗏𝗏 lifts that over the mid-wicket region. The fielder runs across, can't stop that. Another boundary. The 𝘃𝗏 have developed the shock of scoring boundaries. It's a good habit to have, a good shock, if you may say, for a Hyderabadi. 3 boundaries early on in his innings, just of the 8 balls faced. He's batting on 16 of 8. Rajat struggling a little bit to get his line in the right place for the left-hander. Now switches to around the wicket. Once again, beautifully played over the fielder at mid-on. Convincing stroke once again from 𝘃𝗏. No risk cricket, just playing to the merit of that ball. Almost helping it on its way over the mid-on fielder. Very elegant. Speaking to Pradeep earlier today about the score, he felt that they were definitely short. 150 is what he felt may have been competitive. About 20-25 runs short of that score. Another wide, making matters worse for himself. Rajat not able to control the flow of the game at the moment. What you need is to thread some few dot balls together. When there are dot balls, the best batsmen get under pressure. Especially when you've got off to a good start. You can just make the batsman miss a few balls outside the off stump. Creates a lot of pressure on him. It's easier said than done. Once again, on the bounce to the fielder at long on. Almost too well timed for his own good there. That carried a long way, almost to the fielder at long on. It was simply timed, lofted over the circle. The fielder at long on, who had been sent back to the boundary rope, just collected it on the bounce. Rajat now will bowl to Jude Solomon, who's struggling. 4 runs for 7 balls. Outside edge again. Once again, the fielder at flip. Can't catch that. The fielder at third man boundary as well. Made a meal of that. So DR.REDDYS only have themselves to blame. The bowler did get the edge on that occasion. Not a catching opportunity, just bounced short. But he should have gotten behind that. Ditto to the fielder at third man. Enough opportunity for him to get down and stop that ball. And instead kicked it over the boundary rope. The bowlers are struggling, so are the fielders. The score has moved on to 31 in 3 overs. 10.33 runs an over. Fantastic start to the batting innings. Almost played 2 strokes to that ball. Because he had gone down, advanced. Maybe he was looking at the long on region. And saw that the ball was too far outside the off stump. Just opened the face of the bat towards the fielder at cover point. Got the ball to come back in. Fielder at mid wicket was sharp there. No runs conceded. Once again, picked it up in the air. The fielder at mid-on runs around, takes a very, very good catch. That was almost over his head. He managed to keep calm, stay under that. Juggled it, but held on to that. What a good catch that was. Raja Seems like the fielder there. Look at the ball in the air, full stretch, over his head, 1, 2, 3. Juggled a couple of times, eventually managed to hold on for a brilliant catch to dismiss 𝘃𝗏𝗃, who was batting really well. That's exactly what they needed. You see there, 2 dot balls and then the pressure. Just 2 dot balls is all it needed. And that's the nature of this game. That's what you always have to target as a bowler. String just 2 or 3 dot balls together and then you create the pressure on the batter. It was very well caught by Raja at mid-on. Terrific result for the bowling team. Looks like it's going to be a right-hander to replace, so that's the added benefit or the added incentive. That was a magic moment, if any, in the game. Very good catch from Raja, over his head almost. He managed to keep his composure, juggled it and grasped onto it in the end. Change in field now. The fielder from third man moves towards the fine leg boundary. But he's a little too fine in my view. And a beautiful leg before, that was straight and full, but the umpire says sliding down the leg. A batsman must have had his heart in his mouth. So it's difficult when the first ball is full that way. Take another look. Definitely going down the leg. Right call from the umpire. Outside edge, just beaten the bat. This is wonderful bowling from 𝗬𝗏𝗃. After he went for a few in his second over, or rather the second over of the game. Conceded 8 runs there, but he's come back strongly. 5 dot ball from the trot, and he's also picked up the mighty important wicket of 𝘃𝗏𝗃. Almost had half a wicket there. Once again, an appeal for leg before. Umpire even moved. Leg by signal, so that must have been tight. We'll take another look at that one. The over comes to an end. The score moves to 32. There you go. That's full, that's straight. Oh my God, that was mighty close. Maybe from behind the wicket. We'll take another look at that. And that seems like a much better angle to take a look at this one. Yeah, must have been very, very close. He survived by the barest of margins there. I think that was touch and go with the umpire choosing to err with the batter, giving him the benefit of the doubt. Brings us to the end of the 4th over. The score is 32 for 1. Reinforcement comes in for the wicket keeper, asking for a helmet, standing up to the stumps. Jersey number 7. I think that's 𝗀𝗏𝗃. Not sure if I can read it well, but I think that's 𝗀𝗏𝗃. Ball in hand. We'll take a look as soon as our scorer updates the information. Right arm over the wicket. Beautifully bowled. Oh my God. That was close. 𝗃𝗶𝗃𝗃. Very, very lucky not of 4 balls. Once again, just got the outside half of the bat there. This is good tight bowling from DR.REDDYS, creating pressure, getting themselves back into the game, courtesy those dot balls. You can see the spring and the stride. The fielders have advanced in, they're swarming in closer to the batter. They don't want to give him the easy single now. Short ball this time, but once again, the batter can only find the fielder at cover. No runs added to the score. The last 9 balls, there's been just 1 run scored. That's a top edge. Luckily for the batter, just beat the fielder at square leg. With no control of that stroke. On another day, that would have lobbed up straight down the fielder's throat. But today is not that day. And 𝗬𝗃𝗵 gets off the mark with that edgy stroke. Tries to go big, inside half of the bat. Once again, goes to the fielder at square leg. The batsmen seem to have recognized the fielder there is a little bit too slow. Managed to pinch 2 on both occasions. Down the leg side, the umpire called for the wide. The keeper can't collect it. So 2 runs added to the score. This is poor. Shubham had bowled very well until that point. But he's just released the pressure with that wide. 38 now the score has moved on to. It's a matter of fine margins, this game of cricket. Room outside the off stump, giving the batsman time to go back onto the back foot and hit it in the gap between point and gully. A very well needed boundary. Takes the score back past 40, 42 for 1 at the end of 5 overs. Mukul comes into the attack. He's picked up 120 wickets so far in his career. Starts off with a length ball outside the off stump, beats him for pace. Once again, they need to thread in a few tight dot balls together. They have to create some pressure on the batting lineup. Jude Solomon have now raced along to 12 of 9. Sudhir is batting on 4 of 9. What did we just watch? The same fielder, Raja, had pulled a blinder earlier on, dropped the sitter. The easiest of catches, just went straight into his hands. Straight in, straight out. Wow, what a leveler the game of cricket is. Just a little while ago, singing praises of his catching ability, outstanding catch that he picked to dismiss 𝗀𝗏𝗃, and there he let Sudhir go. What a good shot that is. Very well played. There's no fielder there towards the fine leg region. Rocked onto his back foot, played it delicately, just enough to get 2 runs. The best dot ball is the one that picks a wicket. Mukul was so close to picking a wicket on that occasion, only for Raja to drop a sitter. Once again, bowling it on a length, keeping it within the stumps. Now there's been a change in fielder. They don't want to take a chance against that man. Outside edge, rather bottom edge, but this time the fielder at flip does well, manages to stop that. There's a boundary conceded earlier on in the innings through the same region. Last ball of the over coming up. Important ball this. And he flares it outside the off stump. Once again, a bad ball to finish the over. Two fielders run across, but there is no stopping that. There's too much width. The batsman only needs to get some bat on that, and the ball goes racing across the surface for a boundary. That brings up the 50. 50 up for Dell Technologies at the end of the 6th over. The end of the power play as well. Just 78 needed now of 84 balls. 𝗀𝗵𝗃𝗃 coming back to bowl his second over. Went for 10 off his first. Or a bad ball to finish his last over. Can he come back and place things under control again? Yes, starts off with a good one. Just around about the off stump. Good to see them smiling. Dr. Reddy seem to be playing the game in the right spirit, just that they don't have the results to show for it so far. I think that dropped catch will go a long way. Slow one. He's hit it well. But he's picked the fielder in the deep. Mid-wicket takes that catch comfortably. And that's the end of the day for Jude Solomon. Was dismissed for 15. 𝗀𝗵𝗃𝗃 comes in. Lobs that ball. Gives it too much flight. Asks Jude, hit me if you can. Jude obliged. He hit it, but not well enough to clear that fielder on the boundary rope. He took a comfortable catch. Is this the opening that Dr. Reddy's are looking for? 2 wickets down now. 50 for 2. Dell Technologies just need to keep their cool a little bit. The equation is definitely in their favor at the moment. You can see there on the camera some youngsters playing out on the just outside the boundary rope. It's always a delight to see on the cricket field when you see youngsters. There's always aspiration, there's always hope for the future when you see these youngsters run around the boundary rope. So much enthusiasm, so much excitement in their eyes as they look towards the game that we all cherish so much. If there's another sight to watch on the field, that's the 𝗀𝗃𝗃 umpire who's lying down, relaxing himself. Maybe he's inspired by the buffaloes outside the boundary rope that are on their leisurely walk. He's on his fours as well. Yeah, look at him stretch. That's the cow position. There you go, umpire, sir. Up on his haunches and now back to his feet. So 𝗀𝗵𝗃𝗃 coming in to bowl his third ball of this over. Prasad Madana is going to face. Oh, that was close. Bat and pad very closely together, but no appeal from the bowling team, so I'm sure that he must have middled that. Prasad Madana, the new batter. This time played it towards the third man region. The point fielder does the fielding, keeps it down to a single. A good over from Shubham so far. 4 balls bowled, just a single conceded and a wicket picked already. Needs to keep things tight here. Can he bowl another couple of dot balls? Can he keep 𝗬𝗎𝗪𝗏 under pressure? Yes, he can. What a good piece of bowling that was. Flighting it outside the off-stump, giving it air, asking him to go after me if you can. 𝗬𝗎𝗪𝗏, realizing that he's being set up, just chooses to defend that towards the fielder at cover. Once again, flow ball, inside edge. Very lucky to get away with that, 𝗬𝗎𝗪𝗏. The end of the over, what a fantastic over from Shubham. Just 1 conceded and a wicket picked. So his figures now 2 overs, 11 runs for 1 wicket. Giving DR.REDDYS maybe a glimmer of a hope. 7 overs bowled, 51 the score. The required equation now is 77 of 78 balls. Can they knit in a couple of more close overs together? Looks like it's going to be Mukul again with the ball in hand. Yeah, Mukul had also bowled a very poor last ball of his last over. That went for a boundary, short and wide outside the off stump. But it's not the past but the present that counts. What can he do in this over? Can he bowl a few more dot balls and string some pressure over the Dell Technologies team? In the air, running towards the boundary at third man. The fielder at cover point runs hard, puts in his best, but can't stop that. Once again, you've got to say that that's a little poor bowling from Mukul. It's too far wide outside the off stump. He's signaling towards the keeper, not sure what he's hoping for. Maybe he wanted that fielder to be finer, I don't know. Or maybe he's asking his third man to move wider, squarer. Nevertheless, you choose to bowl, you decide where your fielder is going to be. You have to kind of live with the outcome you get. Once again, short and wide outside the off stump. This time, luckily for him, goes straight to the fielder in the deep. I dare say he's lucky to get away with that one, because that was a bad ball as well. Maybe just 4 or 5 yards either side of that fielder. So they're batting on 9 of 14. Once again, short and wide. He's just struggling, Mukul, to get his line right. The fielder parried that and conceded a single. Mukul needs to bowl a few tight deliveries here if he wants to get DR.REDDYS back into the game. Dell Technologies, on the other hand, will be very happy with the outcome this over. 6 runs scored of the first 3 balls. They will just want to keep nudging the scoreboard along. That's a very good hit from Prasad. Just 1 bounce over the boundary rope, over the cover fielder. So DR.REDDYS choosing to go the aggressive route. They have their fielders inside the circle when they don't need to. And Prasad taking full advantage of that. Just lofting it over the fielder at cover. Getting a boundary. Now looks like there's going to be a change in field. The wicketkeeper asked the cover fielder to go back. The horse is already bolted, as they say. 10 runs already conceded in 4 balls. Mukul has not had a great start to his second over. 10 runs already. Once again, hit it in the air. Fielder at mid-off. Once again, he juggles it and manages to hold on. So Raja can't hold on to anything without juggling it. He juggles it a couple of times but holds on in the end and gets a much needed breakthrough for the DR.REDDYS team. Prasad gets dismissed. He's looking at his bat. He only has himself to blame. There was no timing on that stroke. The fielder at mid-off got under it, settled well under that, and took a comfortable catch. In the meantime, we have Sydney walkout, who scored 13,200 runs. 13,200 runs. Wow. I am speechless. $497 matches for his 13,550 runs. Sydney looks like a player worth his weight in gold. Looking at his stats, player of the match on 21st December 2024, 66 of 29 balls. Player of the match again, 30th November versus career, 31 of 22. Starts proceedings, hits the fielder at cover, gets a single. So an expensive over, but an over that got them a wicket. The score moves on to 62 for 3 at the end of 8. Sydney, I dare say, is the big player in this team. 13,550 runs in his career so far. Wow. 𝗀𝗵 bowling to Sydney. Right arm over the wicket. Respectfully played by Sydney. Back to the bowler. Looks like this is the contest to watch in this game. 𝗀𝗵 asking for a change in field. Short third man moving towards square leg. Square leg or mid wicket? We'll wait and watch. Yeah, mid wicket it looks like. It's going to be a short mid wicket position. He wants to cut down the single on the onside. Beautifully bowled by 𝗀𝗵. Fired that one in. Keeping the batsman honest. Sydney is playing him respectfully. He knows that runs are not a problem at the moment. Just 66 needed of 70. Just wants to play out the good balls. Maybe we'll wait for anything loose. There you go. Hits it out. In the air. Keeps it down to a 𝗬𝗄𝗃𝗲 this time. Plays it off the back foot towards the fielder at deep cover. They run through for a single. Good all-round cricket this. Good bowling. Good sensible batting. Sydney now on strike. Once again, respectfully played back to 𝗀𝗵. The last ball of his third over coming up. An important delivery this. Can't bowl a loose one here. Just as we say that, he bowls a short one outside the off stump. Beats the fielder at point, who runs across, stops the ball from going over the boundary rope. A 3-run added to the score. Good running between the wickets by both batters there. The end of the over, the score moves on to 67 for 3. _61 needed now of 66 balls. This is definitely Dell Technologies' game to lose, because they have things under control. DR.REDDYS need to find a way to take 2 or 3 quick wickets here. They want to dent Dell's ambitions. Dell, on the other hand, have sent in their most experienced batter, Sydney. I still can't get over his stats, 13,550 runs. Wow. That must have taken some doing, getting all those runs accumulated over a period of time. The field for Sydney. As 𝗬𝗁𝗃 comes into bowl, he's picked up 64 wickets in his 70 games. Long off, deep point, cover point, short third man, deep fine leg, square leg, deep mid wicket, and deep long on. Once again, you can see Sydney under no pressure. He's just taking his time out there in the middle. Hits it straight back past the bowler. The fielder at long off runs around. Raja, it's going to be, stops that, keeps it down to a single, sends it back to the bowler. Bowlers need to find a way to take the pace of the ball. Seen slow balls today being very successful. Have to find a way to bowl some cutters into the pitch. 𝗬𝗙𝗃𝗏. Nope, going for pace. Banged it in on a length. And Sudhir defends it. Sudhir batting on 11 of 17. He's not looked in any hurry himself. I think they have the cushion, courtesy that good start from Shaukat. They can bat sensibly, take their time. Once again, you see that. No risk. A fumble from the fielder at cover is enough to send them comfortably over for a single. So 2 runs conceded in the 4 balls. My money is on Sydney playing a big stroke this ball. I think he'll target the square leg region if the ball is anywhere close to the stumps. Either square leg or deep covers would be my bet. Let's see. Nope. Proven wrong. Just defends that back to the fielder at cover. Last ball of the 10th over coming up. Remember, DR.REDDYS was 6 wickets down by the time that they had finished their 10th over. Dell have managed to score the 69 runs, so a little bit under what DR.REDDYS had scored, but they've lost only 3 wickets, which gives them a lot of control. There you go in the air, but bouncing on its way to Raja. Maybe half a chance there for Raja. Maybe he could have committed himself. A dive, maybe. You never know. These things are never easy to judge. 10 overs bowled, 70 the score. 58 needed now of 60 balls. Sydney batting on 7 of 10 and Sudhir batting on 12 of 18. When we come back in about 2 to 3 minutes time, we'll go through the last quarter of this interesting game between DR.REDDYS and Dell Technologies. Start of the second half of this innings coming up. Start forward with a short ball. And he's picked up a wicket. What a way to start proceedings this. Sydney is dismissed of the first ball of the 11th over. Fantastic result this for DR.REDDYS. What a good start this is. Sydney can't believe what he's done there. That was a short ball outside the off stump. He could have hit it anywhere he chose to. Unfortunately for him today, the only place he could hit it was in the arms of the fielder at point, who accepts it gleefully, and 𝗵𝗆 comes in to pick his second wicket of the day. Is this the moment that we were all waiting for in this game? Things have just gotten interesting and exciting because the fourth wicket goes down for 70. DR.REDDYS are definitely making a match of this. So much pressure now shifts to Sudhir on the other end, batting on 12 of 18. 𝗬𝗃𝗃 comes out to bat. 190 matches for his 1200 runs. Just a reminder for everybody, the batsman who was just dismissed, Sydney, 13,550 runs in his kitty before today. Unfortunately for him today though, he's not able to add a lot to it. 𝗵𝗆 has picked up his second wicket. Right arm over the wicket. Change in field. Square leg goes back towards the boundary. You also have a fine leg, PK, who seems to be warming up himself. Mid wicket comes into the circle. Long on, long off. What a good ball to start proceedings. Wow. Terrific bowling this from 𝗵𝗆. Right in the block hole. Luckily for the batter, he got some inside edge on it. French cricket almost on its way to the fine leg fielder who was placed there. Just a single added to the score. Wow. So much action, so much entertainment. Courtesy MVL. Once again in the block hole from 𝗵𝗆, keeping things tight. An appeal for leg before, but I think that was going down the leg. The umpire very quick to point that out. Signal for leg by. What a good result this is. Courtesy that wicket and those dot balls, the required run rate now 6 runs and over. They've managed to creep up. DR.REDDYS are making a match out of this. Full outside the off stump. The fielder at point goes down on his haunches. Manages to stop that. No runs added to the score. What a good shot that is. Took his time, got under the ball, picked the gap with perfection between cover fielders. There are 2 cover fielders there, one at extra cover and one at traditional cover. But that ball bisected that gap with perfection and over the boundary rope. But a much needed boundary. The score moves on to 76 for 4. So 𝗬𝗃𝗃 has come out there and played a confident stroke. This game seems to be swinging with every stroke of the blade. Nine overs left to go today. The light not at its brightest, but good enough at the moment. Devesh Avasthi comes into bowl. 103 wickets he's picked so far. Economy of 7.15 in his career. A field he has is a deep point, a deep cover. Deep long off, deep long on, and a deep mid wicket. Starts off well. Single towards long off. A good shot that is. Very well played. Beat the fielder at short third man and goes over the boundary rope. The need to make things tight. A good piece of bowling, but no, I think that was too wide. The umpire stretches his arms, calls it a wide. An appeal there, but I'm not sure what that was about. The ball did not go back onto the stumps. Full toss, hit straight towards the fielder at long on. Collects it on the bounce and sends it back to the bowler. Just a single added to the score. Sent it back to the keeper, deciding against throwing to the bowler's end, choosing the longer end. So 7 runs of the first 4 balls. Sudhir batting on just 13 of 21. Once again, another dot ball. It's an important innings for Sudhir. He's eaten away a lot of balls this innings. So he has to make sure that he capitalizes and stays till the end. Once again, beautifully played. Off the back foot towards long off, and they run through for a single. The end of the over. 8 runs conceded that over. Deep cover, deep long off, deep long on, deep mid wicket. Over the 4 fielders that I can spot outside the circle. There is one more definitely, I'm not sure where though. Interesting position this game is in at the moment. 44 runs needed of 48 balls. Sudhir Busa on strike. Outside edge, the fielder at short third man dives all over that ball. Could have stopped that, should have stopped that, but didn't. It should have been a wicket-taking opportunity, but instead they concede 4 runs. Much more importantly, it's Sudhir who was on strike. They needed to keep him under pressure, but unfortunately not able to do that. I think they're making a tactical error here. The keeper standing up to the stumps. Not sure if that is needed, because Sudhir have not looked to attack at all throughout his innings. That may have been a catching opportunity if the keeper was behind. Five runs for the first 3 balls. Played towards the gap, towards fine leg. The fielder is running across. Does well to stop that. Really good effort that. Great commitment from the fielder at square leg. Manages to stop that and keeps that down to 2. The last ball of the 13th over coming up. It's been an expensive over. 8 runs conceded already. DR.REDDYS need to find a way to pick a couple of quick wickets if they want to have a chance in this game. Dell are going away with it at the moment. Played it beautifully off the back foot towards the fielder at long on. Another single added to the score. 9 runs conceded of that over. Score moves at 93 for 4. 35 needed now of 42. 5 runs and over needed. Shubham comes back to bowl. Looks like this is the final throw of the hat from DR.REDDYS. They need a wicket this over, and they've brought on their talisman, Shubham, into the attack. Square leg mid-wicket, short mid-wicket, long on, long off, and deep cover over the fielders that he has. What a good ball that is to start proceedings. 𝗬𝗃𝗵𝗃 continuing to struggle, 22 of 28 balls. Gets the outside half of the bat on it. The fielder just overran that. Poor fielding that. Just got himself in a position where he could do nothing about that ball. Could neither catch it nor could stop it. And 4 runs to 𝗬𝗃𝗵𝗃. 𝗬𝗃𝗵𝗃 has lived a very fortuitous life today. That was so close. That was so close. Missed by a whisker. 𝗬𝗃𝗵𝗃 having that kind of a day where he just can't seem to lose his wicket no matter how many bad shots he plays. This time played towards long off for a single. Shubham coming in this over, generating that opportunity for a wicket. Unfortunately, the fielder not up to it. Flighted this time, but a full toss towards mid-wicket. Keeps it down to a single. Fire it in, straight into the wickets. The end of the over. 99 for 4. The end of 14. The required run rate is just 4.8 runs and over. 29 runs needed of 36 balls to win this game. And it seems to me like DR.REDDYS are running out of their bowling options very quickly. Vamsiraj has conceded just 3 runs in his first over. Interesting to see if he comes back into the attack. But right now it looks like it's going to be Rajat. He's gone for a few today. 23 runs of his first 2 overs. But that was when 𝗃𝗏𝗏 had taken a liking to him. Interesting to see what the lower middle order can do against him. If Rajat can pick up a couple of wickets this over, DR.REDDYS jump right back into the hunt with this game. Beautifully played. Used his pace to perfection. Just guided it on its way to the boundary. Terrific batting this from 𝗬𝗃𝗃. 16 runs of 10 balls. Four runs of the first ball this over. Very important boundary to start proceedings. On the patch this time, they run through for a leg by. Poor throw from the fielder. I think there was no danger anyway. I think the batsman was well within his crease. An appeal for leg before the umpire signals bat for that hit its bat. Once again, an appeal for leg before. I think that was going down the leg again. Another leg by. 23 needed now of 32. Very good result this for the batting team. They have been managing to get the run rate ticking. The scoreboard has been moving along throughout. The boundary early on in the over has definitely helped. Well bowled again. Disappointing work from the fielder there. He's conceding a single. DR.REDDYS, I dare say, are running out of steam. Dell Technologies, on the other hand, have consolidated at the right pace. They've done enough to keep their necks above water. Drilled it towards the cover boundary. It's a very good single. The end of the over. 107 for 4 at the end of 15. The last 5 overs coming up, just 21 runs needed, 4.2 and over. It's definitely Dell Technologies game. But funny things have happened in cricket before. Will they happen today or not, only time will tell. 𝗵𝗆 looks like it's coming into the attack from the highway end. Outside the off stump, beaten for pace. Surprising how often 𝗵𝗆 has managed to do that today. "13 runs conceded in his 3.1 overs and 2 wickets already. And a very good performance from 𝗵𝗆. It just may not be enough today. Fielder at cover, fumbles that. Every time you fumble, you just give the opponent enough opportunity to run through. Sudhir batting on 29 of 37. 𝗬𝗃𝗃 batting on 18 of 12. What a good innings this has been from 𝗬𝗃𝗃. He's come in, played risk-free cricket. An appeal for run out, the umpire says no. Very good running between the wickets from both batters. Just tap towards that fielder at point. "19 runs needed of 27. Fielder at mid wicket, Shubham, not able to stop that. A shy at the non-striker's end, just misses the stumps. That would have been touch and go. But another single added to the score. 17 now needed of 25 balls. Punched it off the back foot towards the fielder at deep point. Another single added. "16 now needed of 24. Nudge towards the fielder at mid-on. They run in again. They finish the single. It's been the story of the day for DR.REDDYS. They've just not managed to put a lid on the scoring rate. And they've picked up wickets every now and then. They've not done enough to put a pause on the scoring rate for the batting team. Flared it towards the cover boundary. No fielder there. The ball hits the rope. 4 runs added. What a good shot this is from 𝗬𝗃𝗃. Beautiful knock from him. He's come in. He's taken the bull by its horns. 24 runs now of 15 balls with 4 boundaries. Wonderful batting effort from him. The game was in the balance when he had walked out at 70 for 4. But he's played sensibly, not taken any risks. Played to the merit of its ball. Outside edge this time. Goes straight to the fielder at the boundary rope. Keeps it down to a single. What a good shot that is. Over the cover fielder. Not very well timed, but enough. A safe stroke to get him 2 more runs. Just 8 runs needed now of 20. Once again, played beautifully towards the fielder at deep point. Zero risk cricket this from Dell Technologies. Brilliant batting from them. Dot ball to finish the over. 7 runs needed now of 18 to win this game. Bhaiya? A good shot towards mid wicket. A comfortable single to start the 18th over of the game. Once again, delectably played towards the fielder at deep third man. They run back for a second. This is brilliant batting from Vicky Sachin. He's come in, make things look so simple. Oh, what a good ball that is. Good work from the wicket keeper, but not enough to stop a bye. Just 3 runs now left to go in this game. 15 balls left to get them in. Sudhir batting on 36 for 43. He hits it well in the gap. The fielder at mid wicket lets it go. That's the end of the match. Dell Technologies win this one comfortably with 6 wickets in hand and 14 balls to go. We witnessed an entertaining game. At the end of the 10th over, it was anybody's game for the taking. Remember, the first ball of the 11th over, there was another wicket that was picked. Sydney was dismissed. But after that, Vicky came out and is very, very ably supported Sudhir. Congratulations to Dell Technologies for taking this game home, and DR.REDDYS for a good effort, for a good fighting show despite a low score on the board. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage. We hope you've enjoyed our telecast. Do leave us a review on Crick Heroes if you enjoyed what you heard us today. So DR.REDDYS with 1 win and 1 loss in this tournament. Move to the 5th position, 6th position on the scorecard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just over Oracle. The run rate have taken a hit. Under Qualcomm. So all teams have played at least 1 game so far in this tournament. Take a quick look at the points table. off the mark. All the others have had at least one victory to show for their efforts. With this, on behalf of Team MVL, we hope that you enjoyed our pictures throughout the day. We hope that you've enjoyed the action. Stay glued to us for the presentation. So Vaibhav, unfortunately on the losing end today, but a good effort with the ball. Talk me through what was going on in the second innings.
Second inning, we will get a better fielding if we taken that one catch who score a lot of runs, then match will be our. And also some batting efforts with 10-15 runs more, it will be challenging score. Batting is not easy to second inning because ball getting very slow on the bat. That is the reason. That's why we choke the runs and put the pressure.
A word on your own bowling effort. The ball was coming out very nicely from your hand. I could see some great bounce there. A word on the pitch.
The pitch's bounce is very good. Actually, I am a very short and shoulder bowler. That's why I put back and my wrist position. So that's why I get more bounce because of the height also.
Okay, what are the learnings from this game? What do you want to take forward into your next match? Now you're at number 5, I think, in the points table.
Yes. Actually, we want to more control on bat and also in the field. So we will get to more pressure and we get cross over the boundary line.
Okay, congratulations on a good spell. All the best for the next one.
Thank you. So,
Good looking trophy. There we have the man of the match, Praneeth. बहुत अच्छा खेले Praneeth आज. Bowling especially बहुत अच्छी थी.
Go with English.
English is also fine. Okay. So talk me through what was going on in your mind today when you had the ball in hand.
Nothing much. Pitch was pretty good. So yeah, probably get the right length. I think that's the difference.
3 wickets today. Any one
I
that
don't know.
any one which was your favorite of those 3?
Probably the one which was bowled.
Okay.
And caught and bowled. Yeah, that's.
Okay, so a good start to your team, to your campaign. This is the first game that you're playing in this tournament. A word for the tournament so far. How do you like the setup overall, the ground, the coverage that you're seeing? Are you enjoying playing here?
Yeah, good. Ground was good. Pitch was awesome because we don't pretty much see such kind of a bounces around Hyderabad. So yeah. Obviously, pitch is pretty good. Yeah, ground is pretty clean.
And a word on the coverage as well. I'm not sure if you got a chance so far to look at the pictures that have been captured so far in the day. But if you do comment later, tell us whether you enjoyed the coverage or not.
Sorry, I didn't so far, but yeah, definitely I will watch and yeah.
All right. So what's the way forward, Praneeth, for the team? Any good learnings from today?
Yeah, it's always there is learning. So probably initially we leaked. So probably we should come back from that. Yeah.
All right, congratulations again on winning the man of the match. Congratulations to your team for winning the game as well, and all the best for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.